Show director is a superman, he can do everything. So you have to be focused in your work, and I always believe in that. If there is a will, there is a way. Show director नहीं होता, I would be like a chef. Client asks like, oh really, you have done this? Calling a show director with a designer and more like.
तो बताइए लोकेश, आपकी जर्नी एज ए शो डायरेक्टर.
So it's been a lot of up and down in my journey. Lot of learning, lot of rejections, lot of multiple like inputs I need to put. But I really like it. Like I always believe in learning, and I always believe if there's a will, there's a way. So I just work on myself. I never stopped believing in myself. So I did.
When you have started your first show?
My first show when I was 17 and a half in my college. So my career begins with one small ego thing turns into a profession. So in the first year of my college, my seniors denied to take me as part of fashion show team.
As a model?
So we do multiple things, not as a model. Model भी करते थे, costume भी उनको sourcing करना पड़ता था और choreography भी करते थे. So like college show में सब कुछ backstage भी आधे लोग करते हैं, सब कुछ मिलकर करना पड़ता है. So they वो किसी भी पार्ट में उन्होंने मुझे नहीं करने दिया. So next year I built up my own team and we won that inter college fest. Then उसके बाद हम लोग other colleges में गए and we won that. So it's a good thing, at least won that thing. Now I'm here because of that
kick.
One kick.
Perfect. Okay. So your first show, that was college show?
College show from my college. It's a group of college.
Fun
Jaipur.
First big show as a show director?
Big show, I will say, and you've been part of that show, luckily, that Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Doha, 2013. I did my first international fashion show in Doha. So after doing that show, people have started believing in me, and that's I can say my journey begins from that show.
Perfect. So as we know, you're doing so many shows outside of India, mostly international shows. So tell us about your journey outside the India.
So I always use one word for this: acceptance. In Indian market, I don't know why, because they always people took a lot of time to acceptance. People ignored me so many times sometimes because of my age, sometimes because I have a less experience. But I was lucky where in international market I got acceptance easily and they believe in my work. So I'm happy and looking forward for more countries and more fashion weeks.
कुछ काउंट कर सकते हैं कितनी कंट्रीज में आपने शोज किए? कुछ मेजर शोज. हाँ,
18 countries. I've done shows in 18 countries and including my shows and shoots. So I did fashion films also, including that I have worked. So I have a dream to travel the world with my work only.
So my work. So I think हम लोगों को बोलना चाहिए not India, it's international show director, right? Okay, good. So आपकी biggest learning?
Biggest learning, so for me all learnings are equally. I will not say एक है, but biggest में ये है कि don't take anything granted. Sometimes you a lot of projects you think this people will give you only, but when you started taking granted, so you have to be focused in your work and equally if you're doing multiple times same things, but you have to put your same effort every time. The moment you start taking granted, so it's not necessary that they will work with you or you can end up with losing your work. So I always believe in if somebody is giving you 100 rupees, you need to, I always try to work for it I'm working for 1,000 rupees. For me every work is equal. Good. So this is my strategy and this is the way I work.
बहुत ही बढ़िया. क्या होता है अगर शो डायरेक्टर नहीं होते तो?
Definitely I will not मैं शो डायरेक्टर नहीं होता, I would be a chef and being I would have owned a nice Indian cuisine, multi-cuisine restaurant. Definitely I love cooking and I'm also passionate about my.
तो मतलब आप इस शो डायरेक्शन के साथ कुकिंग भी करते रहते हैं?
At my home I always burn my stress with getting into kitchen and make something.
नाइस नाइस नाइस। आपके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट क्या है, बैक स्टेज टीम, टेक्निकल टीम या फिर स्टाइलिस्ट?
Synchronization of everything.
ओके
So it's like a backstage या spinal cord. So 100% आपका बैकस्टेज सबसे स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए, बट आप अकेले बैकस्टेज से भी कुछ नहीं कर सकते. सो सिंक्रोनाइजेशन लाइक ऑफ एवरीथिंग, म्यूजिक, लाइट, द बैकस्टेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आई बिलीव इन दैट, लाइक इट्स अ synergetical effect.
ओके। वर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस
Worst
और
experience?
वर्स्ट शो आई शुड से?
Worst show, long back I did a show of institute. So for me, it's like every show is good, but the worst is because if somebody will not give you respect, for me, the respect is more important than thing. If somebody is giving you money is secondary, but if respect should come first, and somebody is not respecting your own thing, like you did this, then there's like few people like that. Nobody can make them happy. So those are like there's one of institute show I did it, and the client was like that only. So I
Okay.
said like to her like you can keep your money on, but at least should not disrespect anyone.
So you did that show or not?
I did it, but after this conversation.
Okay. Okay.
So like the conversation like begin after the show because she don't want to spend money in every aspect in terms of model, stage, everything. She thought ki like a show director is a Superman, he can do everything. They need to. That's why this was the answer of your last show question also. One man not, but it's a team effort. It's a synchronized effort of all of us. So एक जना कुछ नहीं कर सकता.
राइट ट्रू। अच्छा, बहुत लोगों का कहना है कि लोकेश बहुत पार्शलिटी करते हैं, स्पेशली विद द मॉडल्स जो उनके क्लोज हैं, वो उनको ज़्यादा तवज्जो देते हैं, प्रेफरेंस देते हैं, जो नए हैं जिनमें पोटेंशियल है बट वो उतना उस पर ध्यान नहीं देते हैं।
मेरे लिए I don't mix my relation and my work, and I'm known for that. Like for me, if somebody is my relative, nothing, I don't mix up with that. I always believe in like this is work and this is personal life. So I don't know. Everybody have their own perception.
ओके, योर फेवरेट इंडियन शो डायरेक्टर?
Asha Vidyum, because they are the pioneers of the industry. They started this thing. So the person who have initiated this thing, because so I always respect them.
आपकी इतनी अच्छी सी जर्नी हो गई नेशनल इंटरनेशनल, ऐसा कोई कॉन्सेप्ट या शो जो आपको लगता है करना है जो बाकी रह गया?
So like my biggest dream to do a direct channel show in my life. Definitely I will do it in few years.
इट्स ब्रांड ओरिएंटेड, हाँ?
So brand oil. So there's the two brand that excites me a lot. One is Chanel in terms of sets. Nobody have done it better sets than them. And if you're talking about glamour, Victoria's Secret. Nobody like that's the one kind of show that you can see the fulfill of a glamour. So
Okay.
I want to direct those two shows.
आजकल आप वो भी बहुत करने लगे हैं, डिजिटल फिल्म्स, उसके बारे में कुछ बताइए, एक्सपीरियंस
So,
अपना।
that's my passion about directing fashion films. So I started from Milan. I did it for a few designers. I did it in Paris, then to London, then Bali. So last I did it in Turkey. Next I'm going to Morocco for a same thing. So it's now that's the future. Pandemic taught us everything. Like we have one space at least that no doubt with the audience shows are different, but it's like a fashion film, the same vision of a designer, we can execute that thing. So that's like a proper storytelling without dialogues.
ओके, गुड, नाइस। योर लीस्ट फेवरेट मेमोरी?
So the least favorite memory is like for me when you need to justify your own work, when you send your profile to someone and people like the client ask like, oh really you have done this? So it's really like shocking for me sometimes. It's happening like in couple of times with me. So like आप कुछ अच्छा कर चुके हैं और उनको डाइजेस्ट नहीं होता. So there are a lot of people.
हम
like this.
रिलेट कर सकते हैं इससे। ओके, कोई मैसेज आप देना चाहें आने वाली जनरेशन को या जो वर्किंग जनरेशन है अभी?
So I will say two things. Like एक आपका भी जैसे पहले क्वेश्चन था कि अभी जर्नी में तो सबको ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि यार मैंने ये लाइफ में इतना कुछ कर लिया. So if you have like a passion, so that's like I believe like every top of a mountain is like a foundation beginning of a next one. And the second thing I really like, and I always believe in that, if there is a will, there is a way.
नेवर गिव अप, हाँ?
and always believe. Don't stop believing in yourself. There's 3 fancy words and I really mean it.
ओके आपका कोई मैसेज या थॉट शो डायरेक्टर्स नाइट के बारे में?
So it's a really nice platform. Generally, people does for a models night, people does for a designers night. It's like at least you guys are coming up with this initiation. So that's the best smart initiation. If you are calling a show director with a designer and more like things, it will be like have more fun than others.
Okay.
This is like complete package.
Thank you, Lokesh.
Thank you
See you
so
on
much.
Show Directors
Thank you
Night.
so much.
Thanks for coming.